I have the black and the hot wires wired all by themselves. That way I can put this on a board separate from everything else. I've got multiple blacks on this one. I do need to change this out later and put one solid core wire just like the hot. And it runs into the board and feeds both the negative and the positive on the main fuse block. There'll be a third wire that comes in from ignition, but that'll come in more into the relays and that type of thing. But this gives me another additional, 12 fuses on this block that I can use. I've also separated out the different sides with these two blocks, wiring blocks. It makes it a lot cleaner and a lot easier to deal with. If I have to replace a wire somewhere, I can just unhook the wire from the one side or the other side, rewire it, and put it back in again. I don't have to worry about rewiring the fuses and all that kind of stuff or messing with this thing at all. I can just go from side to side. And then if I've also got one feed that feeds multiple things, I can run multiple feeds to one side and then not have to twist wires together or put in blocks that always, we use these connectors. We know they always fail when it's time. So I wanted to make sure that this was well put together and I didn't have to mess with it. But on this side, we've got all of our relays. And if you look underneath the wiring, you can see they're all numbered. And that way, and also the wiring, if you see it, each one of them has a number on top of it so that that wire corresponds with that terminal. But also on the other end of the relay, you've got these numbered so that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 all go together. If one relay blows out, it's easy enough to switch out to a different relay because they're all general wired through this block. So you can almost take number 2, move it over to number 1, take number 2, move number 1 over to number 2, and be able to feed a different relay to do the same thing in case one of them goes out. Say your fuel pump relay goes out and you're on the road. I plan on using this extra spot down here at the end to just put in an extra relay all by itself. That way, if I ever have to replace one, I've got a spare with me at all times because you never know what could happen. Each one of these relays is a 5-wire relay. Most cars you'll use 4, just like you see this one here is already wired in and it's using a 4-wire relay. The other ones are all 5 just in case I ever need it to have 5-wire. If I don't, I'll just end the terminal like I did this one. This one I've got to finish basically pulling the wire out and pulling the spade off of it, and then I don't have to worry about any shorts or anything with that sticking out like that. So they're there if you need them, and you can remove them if you don't. The way these are wired is reds are hot, black is our ground, of course, white is our trigger, and blue is our hot to the device. So at the other end of the wiring, I haven't done the white yet, mainly because I haven't figured out really how I'm going to lay it out. But I did do the blues, and I lengthened them out. Then you'll notice on the blue wires, hold on a second, let me straighten them. On these blue wires, each one of them has a number of dots, silver dots on it. My wife was nice enough to get me silver and gold Sharpies, and I've been labeling the cables. The other way to label them is just label the ends, and you can count, which wire, which relay, what have you. A couple different ways you can do it. You can even get the little numbered tabs that you can hook onto the wires, but a lot of those little white tabs end up peeling off. This is a permanent marker from Sharpie, so it's on there for a long time because we've all gotten Sharpie on us before. But it just helps to lay everything out the right way. The second question everybody asks me is, why is there 2 of the lock boxes? Well, there's a couple of reasons for it. Both of them, yes, have antennas. You would think, they're going to need different remotes, but they don't. This one's opened up. I just have to finish closing it up because I'm done with it. One remote talks to both relays. and both relays or both boxes talk to each other, believe it or not. It's kind of a really cool concept. This is the main box here that runs the show, and then it tells this one what to do. This one is your main alarm system, and this one runs power locks, power windows, and that type of stuff in conjunction with this box. Because they talk to each other, you can get them to do interesting things. Like this one here controls window. That's what your yellow wire is. So what that means is when this one locks the doors, this one powers the relay to roll the windows up. Not down, just up. So when you lock the car, 30 seconds, it'll run 30 seconds of window over here to both front windows to lock them. So it's kind of a cool concept. I thought it was really neat, and that's why I wanted to do it. Of course, the wiring is real easy for these because it's right across the relay. I do have to hide these two, the red and black. They do go underneath the board here to make it make it so it's a lot cleaner. But that's definitely how this is all wired so far. I have this one goes in the trunk. I do have a separate set of relays in the front engine compartment for the electric fans and that type of thing. But this one is just for the accessories. Like right now, this is for your door lock relay, your poppers, and this one's going to be the window, and so on and so forth. So each one of them will do a different thing. Some of these will be when you turn the key on, it powers whatever device that may be on the block. So there's a lot of different ways that you can do this. It's kind of an interesting thing, but I'm having a good time with it. This board's probably run me about 5 days of work so far, but when I get done, I don't have to worry about my wiring in the car going haywire. So, get any questions? Give me a yell. Send me a PM. If you're interested in having work done, always let me know. According to my wife, I need to start doing this for people and charging for it. But yeah, it's all separated out, all kinds of nice. I am considering probably going to another set of these blocks on another board, and on that board I'll have the triggers and the powers for whatever the relays are powering. I think it'd be a little cleaner than having wires running all over the place. I think if we dead end them one place like we do these, then that'll definitely make it work well. That's all I got for you now. I'll talk to y'all later.